They say they don't want to negotiate, they don't want to do the back and forth, but if that were the case, they would have said yes to the first pencil. There's a couple reasons why customers make excuses. Number one, if you went through the university, who remembers number one? What's the number one reason why people make an excuse? Number one reason is they complain. Now more than ever, with social media, everyone has a soapbox. Everyone feels like, the second they get a runny nose, they got to tell everybody on Facebook about it. We're in a complaint-filled society that everybody has a right to express what's going on in their life, and they do. But unfortunately, it's hard sometimes to distinguish between what's really an objection, what's really an obstacle in someone's life, and what's them just complaining. We also don't know what goes on in their home life. Maybe we're the only person this week that actually listened to them. They know built into this thing we do is the customer's always right. So they're exercising their right to be right. So I just look at it as a complaint. It's just a human thing. It's an instinctual thing that they do. Number two, and I think this is a very important one, is stall. They stall. The devil you know is better than the devil you don't know. How many times are people stuck in relationships that they know aren't right for them, that there's got to be somebody else out there better for them, but I'm used to this. Fear. I'm surviving.
Fear. You don't like change.
You don't like change.
You come home, you got a dinner waiting for
Yep.
you. Yeah.
It's fear.
And you put up with things.
Put up with things, right?
You shouldn't.
And you shouldn't. But change is scary. And the unknown is scary to a lot of people.
Correct.
They say fear is an acronym. False evidence appearing real. False evidence appearing real. People being fearful of the future with no evidence to support that it's actually going to be that. But customers are scared to make decisions. They're new. They're afraid to do something different. So if they're not complaining, they could just be stalling, right? Not to rush, right? They don't want to rush into a decision, right? Number three, it's funny how much they claim to not want to do this. Number three, negotiate. They say they don't want to negotiate, but I believe every customer, you have to satisfy their need to negotiate. Nobody wants to feel like they're coming in and just saying yes to everything. They want to feel like they played a part in reaching that decision. Drew Marco, God rest his soul, right? Mm-hmm. Drew Marco, God rest his soul. I was in the finance office one day. He was getting a deal done through TFS, 560 score, got me the tier 1 like he always did. And he said, Anthony, he said, a good deal to me, a good deal is when one person's happy and the other person's sad. And then the other person's happy and the other person's sad. And what Drew was saying was that it's a give and take. It's a compromise. That makes a good deal. That removes any resentment. And when he said that to me 10 years ago, it stuck. I said, okay, it's got to be a give and take. They got to feel that. It's almost like a team building exercise. That's going to build rapport. It's definitely going to make for a better survey too when you sell them a car, because they feel like you guys work together. You're part of the same team now. So they say they don't want to negotiate. They don't want to do the back and forth. But if that were the case, they would have said yes to the first pencil. They only don't like to do the negotiating when it's not working in their favor. If every time they sent you to the tower, you came back and the payment was $50 less per month, don't you think they like doing the back and forth? They'd keep hitting you back and forth to the tower. They want to negotiate. All these models, if you listen to old school sales training, Grant Cardone had a sales training back in 2000, I have on CD, and he was talking about, it was Suzuki, Pontiac, one of these brands were going to no haggle pricing. It just doesn't work, man. It doesn't work. Even if they come in and you claim you're a no haggle pricing dealer, they're still going to haggle because they don't trust us yet.
Saturn was known for that.
Saturn, another one. He talked about Saturn.
And that's why Saturn went out of business.
100%. They want to complain. They want to stall. They want to negotiate. Now, after I make sure I go through the litany of qualifying whether or not this is an excuse or an objection, at some point, number 4 is it is valid. It could be a real objection. They got a family of 7. They love the convertible. They love the Corvette. It just doesn't fit their lifestyle. But you got to make sure you make them go through that process first.